out. But if they don't, we have a Canals match awaiting us in the third match of this series.
E4 looked extremely strong. I believe we can use that in this instance, perhaps. In that gridlock map in that previous match. So, I'm gonna prompt you predictions, Shawnee.
Oh God.
Who is going to come out on victorious in this match?
Do you know what? I truly, only because I would love to see it go to a third series. I think, genuinely, Strength might be able to push E4. I don't think we expected E4 to be as pushed as hard as they were on Gridlock in the previous round against DDT, but DDT gave them a really good match. They did lose that game 4-1, but they gave them a really good match on that particular map. And do you know what? I feel like Strength might be able to have this as long as they don't get into situations where somehow they lose 4v2s. Then they should be fine. There's a lot more power weapons to come into play on this map in particular, so I'm very excited to see how Strength can put this into play.
Just to put my prediction out there, it's probably no surprise, but right now I am really feeling this E4 squad. I mean, they've been a team for so long, and Strength have not been a team for very long, actually, Shawnee. But saying that, on the other hand, let's analyze this. Strength are managing to beat XL in the previous match. It was actually 4-3, as you rightly corrected me earlier, on that last map. So anything's possible right now.
And we've just got an update from Froze in our little chat here. Barrage winning 2-0 against, I don't know how you pronounce this, apologies. It's XO Archaeos, so I guess XO Archaeos? I don't know how you say it.
I think it's Zorkos.
Thank you. See, I'm bad at trying to pronounce things.
I mean, that is a French name, I believe. It could be a French alien name, so I don't blame you, Shawnee. I'd be exactly the same. But in any case, folks, 2-0 now. Barrage beating out that team. They are now going to be advancing into the finals, and that will be our next match on stream, folks. This is, of course, the semi-finals. And on that note, I'm still waiting for an invite.
I've got your back.
Thank you. Shawnee has got my back. There we go. And there come the invites. Flooding in for some reason.
Because they want you to watch this match. They want you to see the awesome action.
Indeed, I think they do, and I'm pretty sure we've actually got 100 viewers in here right now, folks.
Awesome.
So thank you for joining us. Hope you're enjoying so far. The support for the EU community has been fantastic thus far, and I'm sure it'll continue to be throughout this GFL. But saying that, folks, we are now in the Gridlock lobby, and I think, you know what, Shawnee, would you like to break down this next map for us?
Oh, it's quite a big map, isn't it? Gridlock is, well, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. We've already seen it on stream today. We've had the privilege of watching a match on this already, but essentially Gridlock comes into play. You have the bell tower itself, which is towards the middle bottom of the overview itself, and that contains the boom shot spawn. You have the boardwalk / tower where the launch shot is contained, and you also have grenades right in between those two. So you have 3 power weapons to play with in that small radius, and obviously, Toby, what we often see is the teams tend to split, and often we might see one team get a launch shot and the other one get a boom, and then maybe fight over grenades, or the other way around, and that's what makes it great fun to watch. So, I mean, I don't know, what are you expecting from this?
You know, I'm fancying E4 right now, actually pushing this snipe tower. I believe they're gonna do that, just judging from how aggressive they want to be. Of course, as you rightfully described, a lot of situations in this map end up becoming perhaps a bit more passive than we would like to see. Of course, one team getting that sniper rifle control, taking that back to the hammer-burst tower, and effectively just dominating line of sight across that map with that weapon. And yes, the other team might have a boom shot, but of course that sniper is going to be the all-seeing eye across that map, and with how effective the snipers in this game have proven they can be, I mean, Point Brutalize, actually, who's in the game now. I want to see him pick up the snipe, if anybody, and I want to see some great clips into this game, Sean.
I don't know if we want to jinx Brutalize again, because we said this at the start of last game, and then we watched him get sniped by spiders, so Hopefully that doesn't happen, but either way, we want to see launch shot gameplay regardless. So whoever steps up to make it happen, we always want to see it. So it's going to be very interesting. And there is, as we're loading it, you can see the overview again, but essentially 5 weapon spawns to play with in this sense. But the 3 main ones, of course, are all in the middle, and I'm very interested to see if E4 play the frag grenades and boom shot spawns like they did in the last game, or will they play for the launch shot? It's going to be interesting. I mean, what are you expecting here, Toby?
I mean, in recent meta changes, it seems like the frag grenades have been put on the higher on the list in terms of importance, and I really want to see more teams actually abuse these frag grenades in terms of opening strats. Usually, you see like one team sticking to one side actually in terms of the boom shot or snipe and kind of putting all their resources into that, but I feel the frags could be the answer here in most matchups of good teams, Shawnee.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember the frag grenade has a stun if it blows up near you, and of course it can blow you to bits, so the stun itself is already a big way. If you can get that kill, it'll do. But the launch shot being picked up first by E4, and a bit of a push here on Vicious, who I'm on board with. He gets a nice shot, gets back 8 by Goldie, and boom shot should be secured here by Strength, and they've got 2 kills off the bat, Toby, and a big sniper down, count that 3. How about this with Strength? Fantastic stuff.
I think we might have jinxed to beat E4, because Strength were actually the team to go to the nades on that one, as we find E4 brutalized. He is the one with the snipe, and he's trying to clutch this out right now. He's being swarmed right now by Strength, and there we go. Goldie's going to clean that up very nicely.
I mean, what a start. This is how you kick it off if you've lost your first match, right? Come right back in, take the first round with force, and look at that, only a down in that first round for E4, and for the first time since we've started watching them on stream, E4 pretty much convincingly swiped it in a round, and let's see if the Strength can continue on with this as round 2 gets underway.
We're going to follow Strength into this next round, Shawnee, and it is going to be SKR on camera as well. He's going to go towards this nades area, trying to aim for that Grenadier. He's going to have, yes, he's going to have a lot of shots there. I see reaction, Shawnee, indeed. He's going to have to pull off straight away there. Although, precision with that flank there. Vicious boom shot now in the hands of E4. SKR, he's in a finally picking up that kill, and it's now 2v1. Brutalized has got the snipe though, Shawnee.
And indeed he does, and now he has less people to worry about. Brutalized needs to be careful because there is someone to his left, I believe. That is... Oh my god, the reaction shot! Brilliant by Brutalized. Can he get one more? Fantastic, he gets a big hit, and all he needs is one more big little hit with either the Nasher or launcher. He gets it! What a turnaround by Brutalized yet again, Toby. He comes into the fray and gets a round there for E4.
You know, we actually missed out on Brutalized's point of view when he got that snipe headshot, folks, and I do apologise for that. However, we were on D-Tank as his head just flew off somehow. I don't think he knew what happened, because I didn't, Shawnee. I didn't know what happened there. He was just peeking from that staircase, and it just seemed like Brutalized just blind fired his head across the map. But there we go. Brutalized with a great 2v1 clutch there as we go off into this next round.
And here we go, right to the fact. That's an aggressive Dom. That's Zato, who's making a very big push, and the boom shot has been secured by E4. And now we're seeing the frag grenades picked up by Strength, as well as the launch shot by SKR, who I believe had the frags, has just gone down. And now it's a 4 versus 3, and Goldie needs to make something happen with this launch shot. Numbers disadvantage here for Strength. What do you think they need to do to turn this around, Toby?
They need headshots right now. Breaker, we're on cams with actually. He has got the boom shot on LCAR, and it just seems E4 are just pretty much taking their time now. Just going around the cameras though, Zatok still fancies himself actually, as you rightfully said earlier. He was being ultra aggressive on that snipe. Wasn't able to pay off though that strategy, and there we go. Zatok's actually going to pull back there, and yeah, it looks like we could be in for a passive minute or two, Shawnee.
Potentially while we wait for the weapons to respawn, but at any time a lack of concentration and another person who capitalizes on your mistakes can change things, and we might see that, who knows. But at the moment on this side, Strength haven't won a round yet. They lost their first round on this side. It's now the 3rd round, and it's currently a 4 versus 3 player disadvantage for them, and they have no reason to push. However, the moment those spawns come back into play, they need to be worried, of course, because there is a potential boom shot and a launcher and grenades that could all go against them and be used.
Rightfully so. Goldie is the one with the snipe, and he, of all people, needs to be on point right now, on his toes as these power weapons spawn, probably around 20 seconds or so. You see, actually, E4 Breaker, that's a good position. I like that from E4. They've got the boom shot at the snipe tower now. That is map control. As that snipe is now up, smokes have been thrown by Strength, and I think they want to do something with this now, Shawnee.
Yeah, they do. They're going to watch the boom, and of course Goldie has essentially good positioning to watch that boom, but of course needs to be careful because at any time, Brutalize could catch him or one of his teammates out with a long shot kill. Brutalize just observing and taking a shot there on Goldie. Didn't hit him, but it left a tracer that tells Goldie that Brutalize is on the hunt, and he wants to get more headshots. And right now, the frag grenades as well as the boom shot all to play for to get, and E4 are looking like they want to make a push here.
I think E4 wants some action now. We've got Brutalize. He is on the snipe again. As I say that, please excuse me, E4 Breaker was actually pushing with the boom shot. He's going to get down though. 3v3. He was on his own there. It was an incredibly risky play as he tries to use that boom. And it just seemed like his team were not there to help him. Yes, it was a very difficult situation to try and help out, but Breaker, I think he needs to be more careful there, Shawnee.
And he a little bit, and it has to be said that Breaker did have the boom shot. He fired it, didn't quite hit it, and Zaytok was just all about that Lancer. He's going to make a push now, and he's feeling very brave. But of course, we know at the click of a button, literally, Brutalize can get a kill. But that can be said about Goldie as well. So who is going to make that move? And that's 4v3 going to a 3v3, and Goldie aiming in. Didn't quite get anything there, but now we're all even again, and we're going to wait and see which team's going to make the move because we're running out of time here.
That's a good point, actually. 1 minute 30 left, Shawnee, and we see Vicious now. He is on that boom shot area, and so he could easily weapon slide that boom if given the chance. He has got Brutalized behind him with that in support with that sniper rifle, so Strength certainly have to be careful here.
And Vicious just going back, and trying to see if he can maybe get one of the members of Strength to pop out, so his teammates Brutalize can get a shot in here. But for the moment, a bit of fire going in. But we have a minute left. The timer now on the screen, as you can see, and this is just a reminder to the teams. Of course, the time is kind of running short for this round. But I mean, if you're Strength, do you make a move here? I mean, it can. I mean, what do you think here, Toby?
I mean, let's analyze this. There's no boom shot in play right now. It's the only one that's just spawned sitting there to be picked up. And 2 snipes are on the battlefield right now. Strength and E4 have got a sniper in their hammer burst towers. Zatox is the one closest to the next power weapon there at the sniper rifle. Nades are up, so we could see anything in the next 30 seconds, Sean. It just depends who's going to be the aggressor. Saying that, Precision is the one who wants that 1v1. Zatox is going to have to defend himself here, though. There we go. Precision's going to get that down, pick up that kill. Vicious using that to his advantage. He's going to get that boom shot. 10 seconds now to try and win this round, Shawnee.
The time is ticking, and Vicious going to make a move here with the boom shot, and he's got it and easily secured. And T-Tank, he dodges Brutalizes long shot, and he dodges the boom just by the skin of his teeth. Players never in the moment. He was so close to getting blown up there.
Giving a sigh of relief there for Strength. D-Tank seeing a rocket fly past his head there. Sniper rifle, everything going off, and I think he timed that run to spawn just right, actually. As that actually goes into a 1v1. Sorry, a 1v1. A 1-all after that. I mean, we weren't going to get a 1v1 out of that round, I don't think, Shawnee.
You should mention, of course, that Strength won on this side of the map. This is how they tied the game up at 1 apiece. So let's see if they can continue to do that and maybe get a second round win over here. But at the moment, the usual skirmish going into play. Boom shot being picked up by Strength. They've secured it. A grenade's in the hand of E4. Frag going out. And that's a very nice grenade. That's going to force SK out of backup and actually get Zaytox in the process. And that is a nice kill. And that will do them very, very nicely.
Goldie needs to move now. No, he's going to get downed in a world of pain right now. Strength SKR is going to go down. It's only going to be Vicious. Sorry, Strength D-Tank left. He gets down. I mean, Shawnee, we have to analyze that. We saw Goldie. He actually failed the weapon slide initially, which did definitely hurt his team because they couldn't get the boom shot quick enough there. And that seemed to just escalate then, as it just seemed like Strength, as soon as they got that boom shot, they just didn't get out of that archway. We saw Breaker and Cams. He was putting in Lance of Fire. We saw Vicious staying alive on that L car. And they were not giving up that L car. I think that just held Strength in, boxed them in, and they essentially couldn't do much with that weapon there.
Yeah, and again, what we often see with E4 is that normally when they get 1 kill, they normally tend to go right in, and the weapon slide didn't work there for Brutalize. He's down, and he's just going to get out of it. He secured the boom shot, but he did go down in the process. Meanwhile, D-Tank picking up the launch shot, and the frag grenades still free to go. Not enough time to analyze, unfortunately, because it's just consistent action. And right now, double down! by Zatox and SKR, the double team, and the save from Zatox 4v2, just like that, Toby.
What a fantastic play by Strength there, catching out that boom shot and just getting the double down on the other team's L-car. You can see them now actually pushing into the enemy Hambus tower. D-Tank needs to stay alive though, as it's a 4v2. He has this sniper rifle. But please excuse me, Vicious is going to pick up a kill there. It's now a 3v2.
And SKR missing his boom shot. Wonderfully played by Vicious, but he did take the damage from the blast. And as the down goes in Breaker, he couldn't secure the kill. Strength in numbers literally there as they get the round back, and it's now 2-2. And this is very interesting. The first time both teams have been tied up 2 apiece, and let's see who's going to take round 6, because of course round 3 was a stalemate.
Honestly, I cannot praise that play enough by Strength. I honestly thought, Shawnee, going into that round, it just seemed like it was about to just turn into a take the snipe back to Hambus Tower and wait for the new weapons to spawn. But no, Strength with that amazing play on that boom shot, and it definitely got them the round there.
And right now, Numbers in the launch shot tower, and that's going to be a launch shot pickup, I imagine, for Strength, and that's a double down! D-Tank and Goldie getting down, but there's Zatox going down as well, so now we're at 3 apiece, now 3v2, as we're going to wait and see what D-Tank and SKR are going to do. D-Tank gets the launch shot, the boom shot, I believe, still hasn't been picked up, neither have the grenades, so let's see if they can come into play in the moment. SKR gets the perfect weapon slide there with the grenades, and the boom shot picked up, so despite being a man down, Strength 2 power weapons near advantage, and that frag grenade didn't quite work out for SKR there. A little bit too short of the mark.
You know, I do not favour Strength in this situation. As you can see, Precision is the one that's got map control. He's going to have a 1v1 though. And there we go. Coolly done, actually. SKR getting the pistol headshots on him. And saying that, D-Tank's actually in a world of pain, world of trouble right now. He's going to be trapped in this plant pot, and Vicious is going to clean him up. I mean, that was fantastic by E4 there to take that Hammerburst tower and force them into a horrible situation, Shawnee.
Yeah, they the moment they took over that tower, it essentially pushed them into such an area where they have so much map control that they can provide that crossfire, and that's what we saw there in the final kill, and it just worked out very nicely for them. And can Vicious close out this game and this, excuse me, can E4 close out this game and the series by taking this round as we get underway here on round 7 of this map?
This is time for Strength. They need to bring it back. It's right now. It's SKR and his team are opting for the aggression though. They've taken the nades and the boom shot now. Let's see what they can do with it this round.
Vicious there, getting a little bit of shot in with the Nasher, as is Brutalized up on the tower, first down, big kill by Brutalized, holding his own up in the launch shot tower, and a down by Precision on Tank as well. Zato curb stomps on Vicious, I'm not too sure if that was wise, he's down, but a down from the boom shot by Goldie, and can Goldie secure the kill on Breaker before getting taken down? He's getting lanced, he's down, launch shot picked up by Brutalized, he just needs to hold his own, he gets the shot there on the pickup, oh excuse me, on the auto revive I should say, on Tank, and he's going to look to get more. Goldie is still down by that boom shot, Toby.
They need to extract this Carmine now. Brutalize actually misses that crucial headshot. Let's see if Strength can recover. They need to. Brutalize though is not going to miss that body check, and it's all down to Goldie now it seems.
The time is kicking in, but remember, the boom shot in the hands of Goldie. Goldie was picked up, and that's a crucial thing to keep in mind here. Do E4 know that if they still have the boom shot in hand, there goes the boom shot, and he's going to use it to try and pick up his teammate, and he does so, but he gets taken down by the third down rule, does Zatox, and he is out of it, and now it's all down to Goldie to try and save the series for his team.
I like that by Goldie, but no, it doesn't matter. The team of E4, and especially Brutalized, they are just too awake for this. They're not going to let that play stop them, and they're going to take this 2-0.
There you go, and hey, they were pushed fair by Strength there. It was a 4-1 on War Machine, they were pushed to 4-2 here on Gridlock, but at any time, it could have gone in Strength's favour, and they've got nothing to be ashamed of. That was a very good performance by them.
Fantastic. I mean, you know, I can't fault E4 right now. The plays that we witnessed where Team Strength are actually managing to win, excuse me, that seemed like it was on Strength's end. I couldn't actually criticize E4 from anything I saw. Certainly, they're actually looking quite flawless right now, Shawnee. I don't know if you actually noticed any mistakes on their end.
I mean, the only thing to keep in mind here, Toby, with E4 is that when it comes to Gridlock, it seems like they do drop a lot more rounds. And on the maps such as that we've seen them play, such as War Machine and Clock Tower, they've been very, very efficient. And those maps are all in the grand final as well. So let's see how those are going to go. But of course, we have Fuel Depot and Mansion. But again, when we get to that, I'm going to be very interested to see how they do, because Fuel Depot and Mansion are the first two maps in the grand final. We haven't seen E4 play on them on stream yet, whereas the last three maps we have seen them play on stream. So I'm not saying it might go against them, but they haven't really had full match practice on that. So who knows?
No, you're certainly right, and you did actually pick up on that. That's a good point. They have dropped more rounds on Gridlock, despite actually playing that map twice. They have dropped more rounds on it now, and so we're gonna have to keep a lookout actually for Gridlock into this final. But saying that, folks, in any case, I think we want to get another match
Yes.
on stream, and honestly, we're actually quite ahead in terms of the schedule for tonight, and if possible, I really want to get in the third place playoff on stream before we get into this final. For clarification, for any new viewers out there, we've actually got 116 people, which is fantastic to see. Can I just add, for any new viewers, this was the semi-final. E4 managing to beat our strength, and they're actually in the grand final now. Their opponent will be Barrage, of course, another big EU team, which is pretty well known in the scene. They did win Am2 Pro, the most recent major Gears EU event, Team Barrage, but E4 looking incredibly strong. So honestly, folks, do not go anywhere for that. But I do want to get in another match before that. I'm hoping to get in the third place matchup now.
It's definitely not a bad thing to say if you're ahead of schedule in the tournaments, because that's a good thing. From people trusted from people who run tournaments, being ahead of schedule is a really good thing to be. And that means, of course, that the players are not playing the final at, let's say, 1 o'clock in the morning. Everything's running ahead of time, and that's a credit, I think, to you guys who've been involved in this from the Gal Forum lot. So a very quick and decisive tournament in regards to how these matches are going, and all ahead of schedule, which is obviously great news.
And of course, can we please give out a shout out to Fruz, one of the head admins for GFL. He has been running everything pretty much behind the scenes during this tournament tonight. So yeah, big shout out to him actually, and big shout out to E4 on that note, because they have been incredibly aggressive this tournament, and surely they have actually contributed to the speed of these rounds so far. Surely.
That's a great point, Toby. And actually, I'm just to change the subject a minute, because we have, as you mentioned, we're looking to try and get the third place playoff, and we're going to have one team that hasn't even been on stream yet, but we have strength. So I mean, I'm just thinking about it, because I'm trying to look at these matches and realize that, well, trying to figure out how this is going to happen. Out of curiosity, do we have the map cycle for the third place playoff?
I don't have it at hand right now, but as we gave him a shout, I'm sure Fruz will help us out on that note.
Good old Fruz,
but
the hero.
In the meantime, though, as Fruz is busy being the hero, we can confirm actually that the bronze match and the third place match, which we'll be getting on stream next, folks, is going to be Zorkos' team versus Team Strength, who we just saw. So, we haven't seen Zorkos on stream yet, but judging from the match results, both Strength, of course, they beat XL, a very well-known team, which was, of course, featured on the EU Showcase recently, with their results, and Zorkos' results, who, of course, beat out Champions in the first round. I think we could have a very close and intense matchup here.
That's a great point, Toby, and that's what we like. I love the fact that we can say that, and even if we've had and in fact we've had both games which have been 2-0 sweeps, but there haven't been like fully decisive victories. There was the first match on Clock Tower from EFO where we talked about it. They were like an automated and well-oiled machine. They were flying. But we have seen big wins and big fights in between, and we've seen very competitive action and not complete stomps, so to speak. So that's always nice to see.
Too right. And on that note, folks, while we're still waiting... Nope! Excuse me. Fruz helped us out on point. I'm just on cue, actually. Fruz has actually confirmed for us, folks. Third place playoff. The maps are going to be Fuel Depot, Mansion, and Clock Tower. But saying that, it is a best of 5, and those are the first 3 maps, Sean. So as you rightfully said, we've actually got Fuel Depot and Mansion on stream now, but no E4 for this one.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Of course, we are just waiting for, excuse me, from invites, for the invites to go out. But it's going to be very, very interesting. I mean, we haven't on your streams, Toby, from me and you have casted. We haven't seen much of Fuel Depot. The one thing that stands out to me was when Brutalized got his 3 versus 1 clutch on that map. So I'm hoping we see some spectacular plays. But of course, there's going to be a lot of long shot action in that map. And we'll get into it a little bit when that time comes, of course. But I mean, there's a lot to look forward to for sure. It's going to be great fun.
And on that note, folks, while we're waiting for this next match to get up underway, a few announcements actually. We must first explain. For anyone who is unaware of how the GFL does play out, of course, you can find the brackets in chat by typing !bracket, but the GFL works out in this way, folks. Let me try and break it down for you as best as I can. Okay, these 4 qualification tournaments, okay, these first 4, they are going to provide entry into the GAL Forum League, which will start in around 2 weeks' time, okay? So whoever wins these 4 tournaments are going to get instant qualification into this GAL Forum League. Now, the bottom 4 teams of the league, they are going to be worked out on seeding points. So I cannot stress the importance actually of this 3rd place bronze match. I assure you the difference in seeding points between 3rd and 4th are probably quite significant. And so everything to play for now as we get into these few games. And of course, knowing that every single game counts in terms of seeding points, and of course that coveted final and winning that final for a qualification tournament and getting that instant qualification to the GAL Forum League. I mean, teams are incredibly motivated surely right now, Shawnee.
And I mean, why wouldn't they be? And as you mentioned, like literally every game is all to play for. And I believe you mentioned 4 tournaments, right? So there's like, who knows what we'll see? This is only the first, and who knows what we'll see with the rest, right? So there's so much to look forward to. And just to clarify, while we wait for the invites, we on the 3rd place playoff, it is a best of 3 with the map rotation being Fuel Depot, Mansion, and Clock Tower. Essentially, they're playing the grand finals map rotation, but without the best of 5, without the other 2 maps from the best of 5. So in a way, their own little mini grand final.
Of course, excuse me on that one. I actually called it was a best of 5, didn't I? But in any case, we do have Fuel Depot, Mansion, and Clock Tower, as you said. And, I think we're going to see some aggression on this one. Fuel Depot, is usually criticised as quite a slow, passive map. But in current meta, in terms of the EU community, they play it with speed. And, of course, that will lead into Mansion. And, if necessary, Clock Tower. Of course, if we do get into that final map. But saying that, folks, while we do wait for these invites, we're going to go to a short break. This will be a short one, I promise you. I've had word that one team is hosting, and we cannot confirm about the other team's whereabouts, but I assure you, we won't be long. Please don't go anywhere. Please, if you do feel the need to mute the... mute? What? Don't mute me. Don't mute the stream. Please tweet out the stream. Yeah, I can hear Shawnee laughing, and that was quite silly. But anyway, please tweet out the stream. Get EU some exposure. Get the exposure for these teams that it deserves. In the meantime, please do type in !bracket if you want to keep up to date with that. And as I said, we'll be back shortly.
Where do we go from where we stand? Wide awake. There's no way back now. All the shadows will